right now, at this very precise moment in time. You are operating as the supreme commander of your own existence. But you are likely unaware of the immense power resting in your hands. You are standing in the center of a vast, invisible control room that dictates the flow of every dollar, every opportunity, and every circumstance in your life. The tragedy of the human experience is not that we lack power, but that we misuse it with devastating efficiency. You are constantly issuing commands to the universe, but you are commanding the wrong things. Every time you walk past a store window, look at a beautiful object, and sigh with the internal sentence, "I can't afford that," you have just issued a direct, military-grade order to the universal substance. You have commanded poverty to remain your reality. You have drawn a circle around yourself and declared that within this circle, lack shall be the law. Every time you say money is tight or I am struggling to make ends meet, you are not simply describing a temporary situation, you are signing a legislation that binds your future. You are telling the universe that struggle is your preference, and because the universe is a faithful servant that does not judge your orders, it obeys you perfectly. It keeps the money tight, it keeps the struggle alive, it keeps the abundance just out of reach. You have been using the divine authority of your word to build a prison around your own potential. But what if I told you that you could reverse this entire mechanism in the blink of an eye? What if I told you that the same energy you have used to command poverty can be used to command wealth with equal or even greater force? The great secret that has been hidden from the masses is that the universe is waiting for you to stop asking and start ordering. We must fundamentally alter your understanding of how the spiritual laws of abundance operate, because most people have it completely backward. They have been conditioned by society, by upbringing, and even by misunderstood religious teachings to approach the infinite intelligence like a beggar approaching a king. They hold out a tin cup of desperation. They plead. They cry. They bargain. They say, "Please, if I am good enough, give me a little more." They hope that if they look pathetic enough, the universe will take pity on them and drop a coin in their cup. This approach is the root cause of almost all financial failure because it violates the physics of the spiritual realm. The universe does not respond to begging, it does not respond to pleading. It does not respond to the vibration of "I need." It responds only to one thing, and that is a command issued with divine authority. We must go deep into the psychology of the beggar versus the heir to understand why this shift is non-negotiable. When you beg for money, you are vibrating at the frequency of absence. You are broadcasting a signal that says, "I do not have." In the metaphysical world, like attracts like. You cannot attract abundance while you are vibrating with the energy of lack. It is a mechanical impossibility. Desperation is a repellent. When you are desperate, you push away the very thing you desire. You become invisible to opportunity. You repel the people who could help you. You blind yourself to the ideas that could bring you fortune. Begging confirms your poverty. Every time you plead for a breakthrough, you are subconsciously affirming that you are currently broken. You are reinforcing the identity of the victim. The universe acts as a giant mirror. If you stand before the mirror as a beggar, the mirror reflects a beggar's life back to you. It gives you more reasons to beg. It gives you more debts, more bills, and more scarcity. This is why you can pray for money for 10 years and stay broke. It is not that your prayers are unheard, it is that your vibration is contradicting your words. You are asking for wealth, but you are broadcasting poverty. Now, consider the reversal. Consider the identity of the heir. You were not created to be a beggar. You were created in the image and likeness of the Creator. This means you were born with dominion. Dominion is not a word we use often, but it is the key to your freedom. Dominion means supreme authority. It means sovereignty. You have been given authority over your own world. A prince who lives in his father's castle does not beg for dinner. He does not fall to his knees and plead for a pair of shoes. He assumes that his needs will be met because of who he is. He is of the royal bloodline. He simply commands what is required, and the resources of the kingdom are mobilized to serve him. This is the attitude you must adopt if you wish to see a flood of financial abundance. You must stop acting like a stranger to God and start acting like a son or daughter of the Most High. The heir does not hope for money. The heir expects it. The heir does not wonder if there is enough. The heir knows the supply is infinite. This shift from I hope to I command is the bridge that takes you from the land of lack to the land of plenty. When I speak of commanding, I am not talking about arrogance or shouting at the sky. True authority is never loud. True authority is quiet, calm, and absolute. Think of a captain on a massive ship. He does not run around the deck screaming in panic. He does not beg the crew to work. He stands on the bridge and issues a quiet order. He says, "Turn 15 degrees north." And because of his position, because of his authority, the entire massive vessel turns. The engines obey. The rudder obeys. The crew obeys. You are the captain of your financial ship, but for years you have been running around the deck screaming, "We are going to crash," or "There is no fuel." You have been giving the crew chaotic orders, and so your life has moved in chaotic circles. Today, you take your place on the bridge. You stop the panic, you stand tall, and you issue the command for prosperity. You say, "I command wealth to flow to me now." You say it with the same certainty that you breathe. You do not check to see if the air is there before you inhale. You assume it is there. You command it into your lungs. Money is as available as the air. It is everywhere. It is circulating through the economy right now in trillions of dollars. It is waiting for the captain to give the order to bring it in. This concept of commanding is often misunderstood because we have been programmed to believe that wanting money is greedy or that demanding abundance is unspiritual. This is a lie that keeps good people poor. It is not unspiritual to be rich. It is unspiritual to be poor when your father owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. Poverty serves no one. It limits your ability to give. It limits your ability to help. It limits your expression of life. Therefore, commanding wealth is actually a spiritual duty. It is you claiming the resources you need to fulfill your purpose on this earth. Every billionaire and every person who has created massive wealth understands this principle, whether they call it spiritual or not. Watch them. Listen to how they speak. They never speak with uncertainty. They never say, "I hope this works." They say, "We will do this." They speak of the future as if it has already happened. They command their vision into reality. They impose their will upon the chaos of the material world and force it to take the shape of their desire. You have the same power. The difference is not education. The difference is not luck. The difference is the level of authority from which you speak. Let us look deeper into the physics of this great reversal. Everything in this universe is energy. Money is energy. Your thoughts are energy. Your words are energy. When you ask or beg, your energy is scattered and weak. It is like a light bulb that is flickering and dying. It has no power to attract, but when you command, your energy becomes a laser beam. It is coherent. It is focused. It is powerful. A command cuts through the noise of the atmosphere. It creates a vacuum that the universe must fill. When you say, "I command money to appear," you are aligning your will with the divine will. You are saying, "I accept my good." You are stepping out of the way and letting the river flow. You see, the river of abundance is always flowing. It never stops. God never takes a break. The only thing that stops the water from reaching you is the dam you have built with your own doubts and your beggar mentality. The command is the dynamite that blows up the dam. It clears the blockage. It tells the universe that you are finally ready to receive. You must understand that the universe receives your instructions literally. It does not understand sarcasm. It does not understand, "I didn't mean it." If you say, "I am always broke," the universe takes that as a standing order. It says, "Okay, let us arrange some unexpected bills to keep him broke." It arranges a car breakdown. It arranges a lost wallet. It works overtime to fulfill your command of being broke. This is why you must become vigilant. The great reversal requires you to become the guardian of your mouth. You can no longer afford the luxury of a negative thought or a poor mouth sentence. You must catch yourself. When the old habit rises up to say, "This is too expensive," you must arrest that thought immediately. You must reverse it on the spot. You must say, "No, that is a lie. I command abundance. I am one with the infinite supply. I can afford anything I desire because my supply is unlimited." You might feel foolish saying this at first. Your reality might look different, but you are not describing your present. You are creating your future. The captain does not look at the storm and say, "We are doomed." He looks at the compass and says, "Keep the course." You must keep the course of wealth regardless of the storm of bills swirling around you. The shift from asking to commanding also changes your physiology. When you beg, your body collapses. Your head goes down. Your voice becomes weak. You feel small. When you command, your spine straightens. Your head goes up. Your voice deepens. You feel expansive. This change in physiology sends a signal to your subconscious mind that you are in charge. The subconscious mind is the giant that executes your orders, but it only listens to a master. It ignores the weak. When you step into your authority, your subconscious mind wakes up. It starts looking for money. It starts generating ideas. It starts noticing opportunities that you would have missed before. It aligns your reticular activating system to see gold where others see dust. This is why the command works. It aligns your conscious desire, your subconscious machinery, and the universal laws into one unified force of attraction. We are talking about a fundamental identity shift. You are moving from the identity of the creature to the identity of the creator. The creature reacts to circumstances. The creator creates circumstances. When you look at your bank account and it is empty, the creature reacts with fear and begs for help. The creator looks at the empty account and commands it to be full. The creator knows that the empty account is an illusion, a temporary shadow caused by past thinking. The creator knows that the substance of spirit is real and eternal. By commanding the substance, you change the shadow. You do not try to change the reflection in the mirror by scrubbing the glass. You change your face. You change your internal state. You command your inner world, and the outer world has no choice but to conform. This is the law. The outer is ruled by the inner. The visible is ruled by the invisible. The money is ruled by the mind that commands it. So, how do you begin this great reversal today? You begin by changing your internal vocabulary. You delete the words hope, wish, try, and maybe from your financial dictionary. You replace them with I command, I order, I declare, I accept, and it is done. You stop asking the universe, "Can I have this?" And you start telling the universe, "I am taking this." You stop waiting for permission. Who are you waiting for? There is no one to give you permission but yourself. The key to the treasury is in your pocket. It has always been in your pocket. But you have been standing outside the door knocking and crying. Use the key. The key is your authoritative command. Unlock the door. Walk in. Take what is yours. The universe will not punish you for being bold. The universe loves the bold. Fortune favors the bold. The universe delights in the one who knows their own worth. Let us be clear about the source. When you command money, you are not commanding other people. You are not manipulating anyone. You are commanding the divine intelligence that flows through all people and all things. You are commanding the essence of life itself. This essence wants to express itself as opulence. It wants to flow. By commanding it, you are actually helping the universe fulfill its own nature. You are removing the blockage of fear so that the glory of God can be revealed as your prosperity. There is no guilt in this. There is only truth. You are an inlet and an outlet for the divine flow. If you block the inlet with begging, you have nothing to give. Open the inlet with commanding. Let the wealth flow in so you can let the work flow out. This is your wake-up call. You have been asleep at the wheel of your own life. You have let the ship drift into the rocks of poverty while you slept. Wake up, take the wheel. Look at the horizon of your future and issue the new order. Do not look back at the past. The past is a canceled check. It has no value. The future is a promissory note. The present is cash. In this present moment, issue the command, I am wealthy. I am abundant. I command money to find me. I command opportunities to seek me. I command obstacles to fall. Feel the power of these words. Feel the truth of them vibrating in your bones. You are not who you thought you were. You are more. You are powerful beyond measure. You are the heir to the kingdom. Stop acting like the servant. Stop eating the crumbs from the floor. Sit at the table. The feast is prepared. The command is your invitation. Issue it now and watch the heavens open. We have established the fundamental truth that you must move from the posture of a beggar to the posture of a commander, but now we must discuss the specific mechanics of how to issue these commands, because a command that is vague is a command that is ignored. Most people fail to demonstrate the law of abundance, not because they lack faith, but because they lack precision. They approach the vast, intricate machinery of the universe with sloppy instructions and then wonder why the results are chaotic. You must understand that the infinite intelligence is a force of absolute precision. Look at the world around you. The universe does not operate on approximations. The planets do not orbit roughly around the sun. They follow a mathematical path so precise that we can predict their position 1,000 years from now. The chemistry of your blood is balanced to the decimal point. Gravity does not fluctuate based on its mood. The universe is an engineer. It is a mathematician. It creates with exactitude. Therefore, when you approach this precise intelligence with a command like, I want more money or I want to be rich, you are speaking a foreign language. More money could mean a penny you find on the sidewalk. Technically, you have more money. Rich is a relative term. To a starving man, a sandwich is riches. The universe gives you exactly what you ask for, which is why you must learn the art of the specific decree. To visualize this, I want you to imagine walking into the finest restaurant in the city. You sit at a table covered in white linen, and the waiter, who represents the universal substance, approaches you with a pen and pad, ready to serve. He asks you, "What would you like to order?" Now, imagine you look at him and say, "Bring me some food." The waiter pauses. He asks, "What kind of food, sir?" You reply, "Just food. I am hungry. Bring me something good." The waiter is now confused. He does not know if you want steak, fish, soup, or salad. He does not know if you are allergic to nuts. He does not know if you want a banquet or a snack. Because your order is vague, he walks away to the kitchen and he waits. He waits for clarity. Or perhaps, out of pity, he brings you a bowl of plain rice. You look at the rice and you get angry. You say, "I wanted a feast," but you did not order a feast. You ordered food. This is exactly how most of you are treating the universe. You pray for abundance, but you do not define it. You command wealth, but you do not measure it. You are leaving the kitchen of the cosmos in a state of paralysis because you have not placed a clear order. The mechanics of the command require you to be bold enough to put a number and a date on your desire. This terrifies most people. They are afraid to be specific because they are afraid of failure. They think, if I say I command $10,000 by Friday and it doesn't come, I will be disappointed. So they stay vague to protect their ego. But this safety net is actually a cage. Vagueness is the enemy of manifestation. You must be willing to stand in the fire of specificity. Instead of saying, "I command money to flow," you must say, "I command $5,000 to manifest in my hands by the last day of this month." Notice the difference in energy. The first statement is a wish like smoke in the wind. The second statement is a laser beam. It gives the subconscious mind a target. Your subconscious mind is a heat-seeking missile. It cannot hit a target that does not exist. When you give it a number and a date, you lock the coordinates into the guidance system. You mobilize the invisible forces to hit that specific mark. Let us go deeper into the restaurant technique of ordering. When you look at a menu and decide on the steak, medium rare, with a side of asparagus, you place that order with a very specific emotional state. You do not place the order and then grab the waiter's arm and beg, "Please, are you sure the chef can cook this? Are you sure there is enough meat in the kitchen?" No. You place the order, you close the menu, and you hand it back. You then engage in conversation with your friends. You relax, you expect the food to come, you act as if it is already done. This is the knowing that must accompany your specific command. You command $10,000 by the first of the month, and then you close the spiritual menu. You do not pace the floor. You do not worry about how the universe will cook the steak. You do not worry if the universe has the resources. You know the kitchen is infinite. You know the chef is divine. Your only job was to be clear about what you wanted. The how is the domain of the kitchen. The what is the domain of the customer. You are the customer. Now, a crucial part of the mechanics is distinguishing between the source and the channel. This is where many people ruin their commands. They try to dictate how the money will come. They say, "I command my boss to give me a $5,000 raise." This is a mistake. Your boss is not your source. Your boss is just one channel. When you dictate the channel, you are limiting the universe. You are telling the infinite intelligence that it can only bless you through one tiny pipe. What if the universe wants to bring you that $5,000 through a lottery win, or an inheritance, or a new business idea, or a tax refund? By commanding the specific channel, you block all the other doors. Your command should be focused on the result, not the method. Command the amount, command the timing, but leave the channel open. Say, "I command $5,000 to flow to me by Friday from infinite channels, under grace, in a perfect way." This phrase, "under grace," is your safety clause. It ensures that the money comes in a happy way, not through an insurance settlement from an accident or an inheritance from a tragedy. We want happy money. We want money that arrives with joy. Let us discuss the element of time. Why do we set a deadline? Why say by Friday or by the end of the month? Does God need a calendar? No. But you do. The time limit, it is like the difference between a flashlight and a laser. A flashlight spreads light everywhere and cuts nothing. A laser focuses light into a tight point and cuts through steel. A deadline focuses your faith into a laser. It creates a vacuum that demands to be filled. Now, what happens if the deadline passes and the money has not appeared? Do you give up? Do you say the law failed? No. You hold your ground. You say, "The money is mine. If it is not here in the visible, it is here in the invisible, and it is breaking through now." Sometimes the universe needs a moment longer to arrange the logistics, but you must not cancel the order. If the waiter is 5 minutes late, you do not storm out of the restaurant hungry. You wait, knowing it is coming. But more often than not, when you are truly specific and truly expectant, the universe meets your deadline with astonishing punctuality. You must also understand the language of authority in your command. The universe responds to the vibration of your voice, not just the definition of the words. If you say, "I command $1,000 with a voice that trembles with doubt, you are sending a mixed signal. You are pressing the gas and the brake at the same time. You must speak as one who has the right to command. Imagine you are a general on a battlefield ordering supplies. You need ammunition, you need food for your troops. You pick up the radio and you say, "Send 3 trucks of supplies to Sector 4 immediately." You do not ask if the trucks are available. You do not apologize for needing them. You represent the army. You have the authority. In your life, you represent the divine. You are the general of your affairs. When you need money to pay a bill, do not wring your hands. Pick up the spiritual radio and say, "I command the resources to pay this debt to appear immediately. I order this mountain to move." The universe respects a general. It ignores a coward. Practice speaking your commands in front of a mirror until you believe them. Look yourself in the eye. Speak until your voice stops shaking. Speak until you feel the click in your solar plexus that says, "It is done." There is another mechanical adjustment you can make, which is commanding the quality of the money. Money has energy. Some money is hard. It comes from stress and struggle. Some money is easy. It comes from flow and joy. You can command the quality. You can say, "I command easy money. I command joyful abundance. I command money that arrives with peace." You are the architect. You get to design the experience. If you believe that money must be hard to get, you will command hard money. Change your belief and change your command. Order the easy meal from the menu. Why struggle with a tough steak when you can order the tender one? The price on the menu is the same. The price is your faith. It takes the same amount of faith to manifest a hard dollar as it does to manifest an easy dollar. Use your faith for the best outcome. Specific commands also help you to override the programming of your past. Your past tells you that you earn a fixed salary. Your past tells you that money only comes on the 1st and the 15th. This is a rigid structure that imprisons you. When you issue a specific command for unexpected income, you are taking a hammer to that structure. You are demanding that the universe break the rules of your past. You are saying, "I know I usually get paid on Friday, but I command unexpected money to arrive on Wednesday." You are challenging the status quo, and you must do this to break free. You must prove to yourself that you are not a slave to a payroll schedule. You are a master of divine timing. Start with small commands if your faith is weak. Command someone to buy you a cup of coffee today. Command finding a parking spot in a crowded lot. Command a small discount on a purchase. When these specific little commands manifest, your confidence grows. You realize the mechanism works. Then you scale up. You move from coffee to cars, from parking spots to houses. The mechanism is the same, only the size of the belief changes. Let us also address the concept of ordering for others. Can you command wealth for someone else? Yes, but with a caveat. You can command abundance to flow to them, but you cannot violate their free will to reject it. However, your command acts as a powerful intercessory force. If you see your child or your spouse struggling, do not join them in their worry. That is sinking the ship. Stand on the deck and command on their behalf. Say, "I command opportunities to open for my husband. I command prosperity to find my daughter." Your authority covers your household. In the ancient laws, the head of the house could bless the entire house. You are the head of your spiritual house. Use your specific commands to create a canopy of wealth over your family. Declare that in this house there is no lack. I command the windows of heaven to remain open over this address. Finally, the mechanics of the command require repetition only until the click of acceptance happens. You do not need to order the steak 50 times. You order it once, clearly. However, if your mind is filled with doubt, you may need to repeat the command to drown out the noise of your fear. This is not for the benefit of the universe, but for the benefit of your own focus. Repeat the specific amount and date like a mantra until it becomes the dominant thought in your brain. 10,000 by Friday. 10,000 by Friday. Let it become a rhythm. Let it replace the song of worry that usually plays in your head. When you fall asleep, let the specific command be the last thing on your lips. When you wake up, let it be the first thing. By doing this, you are saturating the mental atmosphere with your order. You are making it impossible for the universe to miss it. So, here is your assignment for the mechanics of the command. Do not be passive, do not be vague. Take a piece of paper right now, write down an exact amount, write down an exact date. Write down the feeling of "it is done." Do not worry about the how. Stand in your room, use your voice, and issue the decree. I command amount to come to me by date under grace. I am open to all channels. I accept this now, feel the shift. You have moved from a wisher to a creator. You have placed your order. Now, prepare the table. For the feast is coming. We have learned how to reverse the flow of poverty by stopping the begging, and we have learned the precise mechanics of issuing specific orders to the universal kitchen. But now we arrive at the most liberating phase of our journey, which is the installation of the abundance autopilot. You must understand that you are a biological being limited by time and space. You can only consciously work, think, and act for perhaps 10 or 12 hours a day. You must sleep, you must rest, you must eat, you must play. If your ability to generate wealth is tied strictly to your conscious hours and your physical labor, you will always be limited. You will hit a ceiling that no amount of hard work can break. The wealthy soul understands that the true heavy lifting of manifestation is not done by the conscious mind during the day, but by the subconscious mind during the night. The subconscious mind is the power station of your existence. It never sleeps, it never tires. It regulates your breath, your heartbeat, and your cellular regeneration while you are deep in dreamland. It is a faithful servant that works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The tragedy is that most people have this incredible engine running on idle, or worse, they have it running in reverse. Let us examine what the average person does before they go to sleep. They lie in bed and they review the troubles of the day. They worry about the bill that arrived in the mail. They replay the argument with their boss. They fret about the future. By doing this, they are giving the night shift of their subconscious mind a specific set of blueprints. They are effectively saying to this powerful factory, "Here are my problems. Please manufacture more of them by tomorrow morning." And the subconscious, being the obedient servant, works all night to weave those worries into your reality. You wake up tired, anxious, and facing the same obstacles because you ordered them the night before. We are going to stop this destructive cycle right now. We are going to set up an abundance autopilot that commands money to flow to you continuously, regardless of what your physical body is doing. You must sever the ancient and rusted chain that binds your income to your sweat. You must accept the spiritual truth that you can receive while you rest. In fact, you often receive more when you rest because you are out of the way. You stop resisting. You stop doubting. You allow the divine circuit to complete itself. The technique for creating this 24/7 money flow is to issue a standing order to the universe that covers every second of your existence. Tonight, before you drift off, I want you to engage in a new ritual. As you lay your head on the pillow, you will issue the night command. You will say, "I command money to flow to me continuously, day and night, awake and asleep, through all hours and all circumstances." You are telling your subconscious mind that its job for the next 8 hours is not to worry, but to magnetize. While your conscious mind shuts down, your subconscious mind expands. It connects with the infinite mind. It travels telepathically to the people who have your money. It aligns the circumstances for the next day. Have you ever woken up with a brilliant idea? Have you ever woken up and received a text message with good news? That was your autopilot working while you slept. By issuing this command intentionally, you increase that activity 1,000-fold. You turn your sleep into a profitable activity. You are effectively hiring the universe to work the night shift for you. We must also address the concept of money magnetism, or the multiplication factor. On this autopilot setting, we want to program the money to work for us. Most people think money is an inert object, a cold piece of metal or paper, but money is energy. It is alive with the projection of human value. It has a frequency. You can command this energy to reproduce. Imagine your money as seeds. If you leave seeds in a bag, they do nothing. If you plant them, they multiply. Your command is the planting. I want you to add this to your autopilot programming. I command every dollar that comes to me to multiply and reproduce itself continuously. This sets up a vibration of increase. You are telling the universe that you are not a dead end for money. You are a fertile garden. When money enters your life, it does not just sit there, it invites its friends. It grows, it expands. This is the secret of the Midas touch. It is not magic. It is the establishment of a subconscious belief that money makes more money. When you believe this, you handle money differently, you invest differently, you spend differently. You become a magnet that pulls in resources from the periphery of your life into the center. Consider the profound implications of untying your wealth from your physical location. The autopilot command declares, "Money seeks me out and finds me wherever I am." This is crucial. Most people believe they have to go out and hunt for money. They have to drive to the office, drive to the client, drive to the job site. They are the hunters. But in the autopilot state, you become the prize. You command the money to hunt for you. This changes the dynamic of your life. Instead of chasing, you are attracting. You might be on vacation, sitting on a beach, and because your autopilot is running, an idea strikes you that is worth $10,000. Or you receive an email that closes a deal you worked on months ago. This is the money seeks me frequency. It allows you to relax. It eliminates the desperate striving that pushes wealth away. When you know the autopilot is on, you can enjoy your life. You can play with your children. You can read a book. You can walk in the park. You know that the machinery of abundance is humming quietly in the background, bringing your good to you. The autopilot also serves as a protective shield against the negativity of the world. We live in a noisy world. The news screams, recession. Your neighbors talk about inflation. If you do not have your own internal guidance system set, you will be swept away by the collective fear. The abundance autopilot keeps you on course. When you hear bad news, your internal command overrides it. It says, "That may be true for them, but my command is for continuous flow. My economy is the kingdom of heaven, and there is no recession in the kingdom." This keeps you in a bubble of prosperity. It is not ignorance, it is immunity. You are immune to the poverty virus because you have vaccinated your mind with the command of wealth. You walk through the world, but you are not of the world. You operate under a different set of laws. While others are panic selling, you are calmly receiving. While others are hoarding, you are circulating. Your autopilot navigates you through the storms of the economic world and brings you safely to the harbor of supply every single time. Let us go deeper into the twilight state, that magical window of time just before you fall asleep and just after you wake up. This is when your brain waves slow down from beta to alpha and theta. In this state, the door to the subconscious is wide open. The guard is off duty. Whatever you drop into the mind in these minutes sinks like a stone to the bottom of the ocean. It becomes law. Most people use this time to scroll through their phones, looking at other people's lives, feeling envy or inadequacy. They are programming their minds with distraction and lack. You must reclaim this holy territory. Tonight, and every night, as you enter the twilight state, do not look at a screen. Look at your vision. Repeat your command. I command continuous money flow. Say it like a lullaby. Let it be the last thought that carries you into the dream world. By doing this, you are marinating your soul in opulence for 8 hours. You will wake up vibrating at a higher frequency. You will wake up feeling rich. And because you feel rich, you will act rich, and the world will mirror that richness back to you. The 2-4-hour autopilot also applies to your background processing during the day. You cannot walk around muttering affirmations every second. You have a life to live. You have to focus on driving, cooking, working. But once the autopilot is set, it runs in the background like a computer program. While you are driving your car, your subconscious is scanning the environment for opportunities. While you are typing an email, your vibration is calling in favors. It creates a state of flow. Have you ever had a day where everything just went right? Green lights, easy meetings, free coffee, money found. That is the autopilot working. We want to make those days the norm, not the exception. We do this by reaffirming the command at noon and at sunset. Just a quick check-in. I command money to flow. It is like tapping the steering wheel to keep the car in the lane. It takes a second, but it keeps you on the road to riches. There is a mystical aspect to this as well. We are all connected by an invisible web of consciousness. When you command money to flow to you, you are sending a telepathic signal through this web. You are alerting the people who have the means to bless you. You are alerting the clients who need your services. They do not know why, but they will feel a sudden urge to call you. They will feel a sudden desire to buy what you are selling. They will think it is their idea, but it is actually your command resonating in their soul. You are not manipulating them, you are serving them. You are allowing them to be the channel of your supply, which blesses them as much as it blesses you. The autopilot orchestrates these divine appointments. It moves people like chess pieces on the board of life to ensure that your king, which is your divine purpose, is protected and supplied. You must also command the autopilot to handle the how. Many people jam their own gears because they try to figure out exactly how the money will come while they sleep. They think, will it come from the lottery? Will it come from a raise? This worry shuts down the machine. Your job is to set the destination. Wealth. The autopilot's job is to select the route. The route might be a winding road you never expected. It might be a shortcut you didn't see. Trust the machine. Trust the universal intelligence. It has a view from the mountaintop. It can see the traffic jams and the open roads. When you command continuous flow, you are giving the universe permission to use any and all channels. You are taking the limits off. You are saying, I don't care if it comes from the east or the west, as long as it comes under grace. This surrender is the ultimate act of power. It shows you trust your command enough to let go of the steering wheel and let the automatic guidance system take over. So, your assignment for this phase is to build the habit of the bookends of the day. The first thought in the morning and the last thought at night must be your command. In the morning, before your feet hit the floor, say, I order this day to be filled with money opportunities and abundance manifestations. You are pre-paving your day. You are sending the butler ahead to open the doors. And at night, you close the day with the command for continuous flow while you sleep. If you do this for 30 days, you will overwrite the poverty programming of 30 years. It is that powerful. The subconscious loves repetition. It loves rhythm. Give it this rhythm, and it will dance to your tune. You will stop waking up with a knot in your stomach. You will start waking up with a thrill of excitement, wondering what the night shift has manufactured for you. You will become a person who lives in a state of perpetual receiving. The struggle will end, and the flow will begin. Activate your autopilot tonight. The universe is waiting for your instructions. We are about to enter the next critical phase where we will learn how to dissolve the invisible walls that have been blocking your money for years. But before we blow up those dams, I invite you to make a conscious agreement with your own prosperity right now. If you are ready to stop begging and start commanding, if you feel the truth of this message resonating in your spirit, then join our growing legion of commanders. Click the subscribe button below. By doing so, you are not just clicking a link, you are planting a flag. You are signaling to the universe that you are aligning with the laws of power and authority. Also, take a moment to like this video. Let this be your first act of ordering the algorithm to bring you more wealth consciousness content. Now, let us turn our attention to the obstacles and how to shatter them with the dynamite of your word. We have spoken of the power of the command and the setting of the autopilot, but we must now address the reality that often arises in the space between the order and the delivery. There are times when you have issued the command, you have held the vision, and yet the physical evidence remains stubborn. The bank account does not budge. The debt seems to grow. The opportunity appears to be blocked by a stone wall. It is in this moment of resistance that most people lose their faith. They look at the obstacle and they say, the law does not work. But I say to you, the law is working perfectly. The water is flowing from the reservoir, but there is a blockage in the pipe. You do not need more water, you need to clear the pipe. You must understand that obstacles are not punishments from God. They are not signs that you are meant to be poor. Obstacles are simply crystallized thought forms of fear and doubt that you have built up over years of negative thinking. They are the ghosts of your past limitations haunting your present potential. They appear solid, they appear formidable, But they are made of shadows, and shadows cannot stand against the light of a divine command. You have the power to dissolve these obstacles, not with a shovel or a hammer, but with the dynamite of your word. Let us visualize your abundance as a mighty river. It wants to flow to you. It is gravity-fed by the infinite source, but over the years you have thrown stones into this river. Every time you said, "I am not good enough," you threw a stone. Every time you resented a rich person, you threw a stone. Every time you worried about the future, you threw a stone. Eventually, these stones piled up and formed a dam. The water is pushing against the dam, waiting for release. Your job now is to blow up the dam. You do this by issuing a specific dissolving command. You must speak to the mountain of obstruction directly. Do not talk about the mountain to your friends. Talk to the mountain. Say to the obstacle, "I command you to dissolve. You have no power over me. You are a false appearance. I command every barrier to my financial abundance to crumble now." When you speak this with authority, you send a sonic boom through the spiritual atmosphere. You disturb the molecular structure of the blockage. You will find that the impossible situation suddenly shifts. The person who was blocking your promotion gets transferred. The debt that seemed unpayable gets forgiven or restructured. The delay that was holding up your funds mysteriously clears. This is the debris of the dam washing away. We must address the specific obstacle of human interference. Many of you feel that your wealth is being blocked by a specific person, a stingy boss, a jealous relative, a client who won't pay, or a legal system that seems unfair. As long as you see a human being as the obstacle, you are powerless because you cannot control another person's will. But the moment you look past the person and appeal to the divine law, you regain your power. No man is your enemy. No man is your friend. Every man is your teacher. If someone is withholding money from you, it is because there is a blockage in your own consciousness that they are reflecting. Do not fight the person. Fight the vibration. Issue this command. I command divine justice to appear in this situation. I command the law of right action to operate. What is mine by divine right cannot be lost, stolen, or withheld. When you appeal to divine justice, you take the case to a higher court. This court has no delays and no errors. You will be amazed at how quickly the human obstacles move out of the way when you stop fighting them on the human level and start commanding the spiritual law to intervene. The stubborn boss suddenly becomes generous or is removed from your path entirely. The client suddenly pays. The legal battle resolves. Why? Because you stopped wrestling with flesh and blood and started using the authority of your spirit. However, the greatest obstacle is rarely outside of you. It is almost always inside of you. It is the wall of unworthiness. This is the silent killer of wealth. You may be commanding millions with your mouth, but if your heart is whispering, "I don't deserve this," you are canceling your own order. You are pressing the gas and the brake at the same time. This feeling of unworthiness is often buried deep in the subconscious, planted there by childhood conditioning or past mistakes. You feel that you have sinned, or that you are not smart enough, or that you are from the wrong side of the tracks. You feel like an imposter in the house of wealth. You must dissolve this internal wall with the same ferocity that you dissolve external debts. You must command your own ego to be silent. You must command your own heart to accept. Stand before the mirror and issue this decree to your own reflection. I command the feelings of unworthiness to leave me now. I am a child of the King. I am worthy because I exist. I accept my divine inheritance. I command myself to receive. This concept of commanding yourself to receive is profound. Many people are excellent givers, but terrible receivers. When someone offers them a compliment, they deflect it. When someone offers to pay for lunch, they argue. When money comes easily, they feel guilty. This is a sickness of the soul that blocks the flow. The universe cannot give to a closed hand. You must command your hand to open. You must train yourself to be a gracious receiver. When money comes, say, "Thank you, I accept this." Do not say, "You shouldn't have." Do not say, "I don't need it." That is an insult to the supply. By commanding yourself to be a receiver, you are widening the channel. You are telling the universe, "I am open for business, I am ready for the overflow." You dissolve the blockage of guilt. You realize that your poverty serves no one, but your prosperity can serve the world. It is your duty to be rich so that you can be a distribution center for the divine good. Another invisible obstacle is the idol of resentment. This is a subtle block that many spiritual people miss. You cannot hate the rich and become the rich. If you look at wealthy people with envy, judgment, or anger, you are building a wall between yourself and the very thing you desire. You are telling your subconscious mind that wealth is bad or rich people are evil. Your subconscious, wishing to protect you, will then ensure you never become wealthy. To dissolve this block, you must use the command of blessing. When you see a luxury car drive by, do not sneer. Command a blessing upon the driver. Say, "I bless that abundance, and I claim it for myself." When you see a billionaire on the news, do not judge. Say, "I bless their success, and I command my own success to equal it." By blessing what you want, you break down the wall of separation. You tell the universe that you are in harmony with wealth, not in conflict with it. Resentment is a blockage in the heart artery of your finances. Forgiveness and blessing are the medicine that clears the artery and allows the gold to flow. There is also the obstacle of the fixed idea. This is when you decide exactly how the money must come, and you refuse to look at any other door. You decide it must come from the lottery, or it must come from a specific job. This creates a tunnel vision that blinds you to the millions of other channels God has available. You are standing in front of one closed door, pounding on it, while 100 other doors are wide open behind you. You must command the dissolution of your own stubbornness. You must command flexibility. Say, "I command the perfect plan to unfold. I release my rigid outline. I command the infinite channels to open." When you do this, you might lose the job you thought you wanted, only to find a career you never dreamed of that pays 10 times more. The obstacle was not the lost job, the obstacle was your fixation on it. By releasing the specific channel, you allow the universal flood. You dissolve the my way block and accept the divine way flow. Let us speak of the time lag obstacle. This is the period of silence where doubt creeps in. You issued the command, and 3 days have passed, and nothing has happened. The intellect starts to mock you. It says, "See? It's all nonsense. You are a fool." This voice of doubt is an obstacle that thickens the air around you. You must command the silence of the intellect. You must say to your analytical mind, "Peace, be still. I am not looking at the time, I are looking at the truth." You must understand that in the invisible realm, the work is already done. The command has been executed. The delivery is in transit. If you order a package from across the world, you do not worry that it hasn't arrived 5 minutes later. You know it is on a ship. You know it is on a truck. Your wealth is on the truck. Do not cancel the shipment with your doubt. Command patience. Command faith. Say, "I command my eyes to see the evidence. I stand firm." This steadfastness dissolves the fog of time. It accelerates the manifestation. Sometimes, the obstacle appears as a crisis. You command wealth, and suddenly your car breaks down, or you get a sudden bill. You think, "I did it wrong. I commanded wealth and got a bill." No, this is often the process of chemicalization. It is the stirring up of the mud before the water runs clear. The universe is shaking up your life to make room for the new. The breakdown might be the very thing that leads you to the breakthrough. Perhaps you need to be in that mechanic's shop to meet the person who will offer you the $1 million deal. You do not know the plot of the story. Do not judge the scene. Command the blessing within the crisis. Say, "I command this obstacle to reveal its hidden treasure. I command this breakdown to be a breakthrough. I refuse to see loss. I only see gain." By transmuting the crisis with your command, you turn the stumbling block into a stepping stone. You climb over the wall instead of stopping at it. We must also use the eraser technique. Every time you speak a negative word, you build a brick in the wall, but you can erase it instantly. If you slip and say, "I am so broke," stop immediately. Say, "Cancel, cancel, I erase that word. I command the opposite. I am abundantly supplied." Do not let the negative command settle into the wet cement of the subconscious. Wipe it out while it is fresh. Be vigilant. You are the construction manager of your life. Do not let your workers build a prison. Command them to build a palace. If you see a wall rising, see it, ditch, fill it. You have the authority. The obstacles are not solid. They are fluid. They only look solid because you have frozen them with your fear. Melt them with your faith. Finally, understand that the ultimate dissolver of obstacles is the vibration of love. This sounds soft, but it is the hardest force in physics. Love is the highest frequency. Obstacles are low frequency. When you bring when you love your life, when you love your work, when you love your money, when you love the process of becoming wealthy, the obstacles vanish. They cannot exist in that atmosphere. So, command love. Say, "I command love to fill this situation. I command harmony to reign in my finances." This is the nuclear option. It vaporizes the resistance. It smooths the rough places. It makes the crooked path straight. So, here is your practice for dissolving the obstacles. Identify the one big block in your life right now. Is it a debt? Is it a person? Is it a feeling? Name it. Stand before it in your mind. Do not cower. Stand as the commander. Point your finger at it and issue the decree. I command you to dissolve. You are a shadow. I am the light. You have no power. My supply is from God, and God cannot be blocked. I command the waters to flow. I command the way to open. It is done. Feel the crumbling. Hear the walls falling. Step over the rubble and walk into your wealthy place. The path is clear. The gate is open. You are free. We have arrived at the deepest level of our training. We have discussed the mechanics of the command, the setting of the autopilot, and the dissolving of obstacles. But all of these techniques are merely tools, and a tool is only as effective as the hand that holds it. You can give a sword to a coward, and he will drop it. You can give the same sword to a warrior, and he will conquer a kingdom. Therefore, the ultimate secret to commanding wealth is not in the words you speak, but in the person you are when you speak them. You must undergo a radical shift in your fundamental identity. You must move from the consciousness of the victim to the consciousness of the victor. You must move from the identity of the survivor to the identity of the commander. This is not a superficial change of attitude. It is a molecular change of being. Most people struggle with money because they have an identity that is incompatible with wealth. They identify as the struggling artist, the hard-working laborer, or the unlucky victim of the economy. As long as you wear these labels, your commands will ring hollow. The universe knows who you really are. You cannot fool the law of vibration. You must become the person who naturally commands abundance. You must sit on the throne of your own life, not as a pretender, but as the rightful sovereign. Let us define the identity of the commander. The commander does not react to circumstances. The commander creates circumstances. The victim looks at the bank account and panics. The commander looks at the bank account and issues a new directive. The victim waits for the economy to improve. The commander creates their own economy. This shift requires you to stop looking for permission. You have been trained since childhood to wait for permission. Permission to speak, permission to play, permission to be successful. You are waiting for a boss to give you a raise, or a bank to give you a loan, or a partner to give you validation. The commander waits for no one. The commander gives themselves permission. You must wake up today and say, I authorize my own prosperity. I sign my own permission slip. When you stop looking outside for approval, you reclaim the energy you have been leaking. You become a sealed vessel of power. This is what attracts money. Money is attracted to strength. Money is attracted to certainty. Money runs away from insecurity just as surely as water runs downhill. Think of money as an army of soldiers. Soldiers need a general. If the general is weak, indecisive, and fearful, the soldiers will desert. They will scatter, they will be lost in the field. But if the general is strong, clear, and confident, the soldiers will rally. They will get in formation, they will conquer territories. Your dollars are your soldiers. Are you leading them, or are you begging them to stay? The commander respects his troops, but he directs them. He does not hoard them in fear. He sends them out on missions to bring back a return. You must start looking at every dollar in your pocket, not as a tool for survival, but as a seed for expansion. When you hold a dollar, feel the authority in your hand. Say to it, "You are my servant. I am your master. We have work to do." This change in relationship stops the fear. You cannot be afraid of something you command. You only fear what you think controls you. If you think money controls you, you are the slave. If you know you control the energy of money, you are the king. This identity shift must be physical as well as mental. How does a wealthy commander walk? How do they breathe? How do they enter a room? They do not shrink. They do not apologize for taking up space. They walk with a relaxed spine. They breathe deep into their belly. They look people in the eye. You must practice the physiology of wealth before the wealth appears. If you walk around with your shoulders hunched, looking at the ground, you are signaling, "I am a victim to the universe." You are broadcasting a frequency of defeat. The universe responds by sending you more defeat. Change your posture right now. Sit up straight. Open your chest. Lift your chin. This simple act changes your hormonal chemistry. It lowers cortisol and raises testosterone. It signals to your subconscious mind that you are safe and in charge. When you issue a command from this physical state, it carries 10 times the power. Act as if you have $1 million in your pocket. How would that change your walk? How would that change your tone of voice? You would not be arrogant, but you would be unshakable. Be that person now. The law says you must be it to see it. The commander also reverses the energy of the chase. The victim is always chasing money, chasing love, chasing success. Chasing implies that the thing you want is running away from you. It implies that you are not enough as you are. The commander does not chase. The commander attracts. The commander stands still in their power and magnetizes the good to them. You must stop running after money with that desperate, breathless energy. Stop the frantic hustle. Stop the anxiety. Stand your ground. Build your value. Radiate your light. And command the money to come to you. Use the mantra, "I do not chase, I attract." Money is looking for me. Money seeks me out and finds me wherever I am. Visualize yourself as a lighthouse. The lighthouse does not run around the ocean looking for ships. It stands on the rock, shines its light, and the ships come to it. Be the lighthouse. Let your talent, your confidence, and your faith be the light. The ships of supply will navigate through the dark waters to find you. They have no choice. The law of attraction compels them. Another hallmark of the commander is the reaction to crisis. This is the true test of your identity. Anyone can be positive when the bank account is full. But who are you when the bill comes and the money is not there? The victim collapses. The victim says, "Why is God punishing me? I knew it wouldn't work." The commander holds the line. The commander looks at the crisis and says, "This is a drill. This is a test of my resolve. I will not blink." When you face a shortage, do not talk about it to everyone. Do not validate it. Deny its power over you. Say, "This is temporary. This is an illusion. My supply is infinite." By refusing to panic, you stop the negative spiral. You starve the problem of the energy it needs to grow. You remain in the state of solution. The commander knows that every problem brings a gift in its hand. The crisis is often the cracking of the shell that leads to the expansion. If you run from the crisis, you miss the expansion. Stand firm. Command peace in the midst of the storm. The storm will bow to you. We must also speak of generosity, for this is a trait of the true sovereign. The victim hoards because they believe in scarcity. They think, if I give this away, there will be no more. The commander gives because they believe in infinity. They know that the pipe must remain open. When you are the commander, you are not afraid to tip the waiter well. You are not afraid to help a friend. You are not afraid to invest in yourself. This generosity is a signal of strength. It tells the subconscious mind, I have plenty. I am overflowing. And because the subconscious believes what you demonstrate, it creates more overflow. Stinginess is the identity of the poor. Generosity is the identity of the rich. You do not have to be a millionaire to be generous. You can be generous with what you have now. Share a meal. Share a compliment. Share $1. The act of sharing breaks the grip of fear. It moves you from the energy of holding on to the energy of flowing through. The commander is a river, not a reservoir. Let us address the imposter syndrome. Many of you, as you begin to command wealth, will hear a voice in your head saying, who do you think you are? You are just a nobody. You have made mistakes. This is the voice of the old identity trying to survive. It is fighting for its life. Do not argue with it. Do not fight it. Simply dismiss it. Say to that voice, you are speaking to the old me. That person is dead. I am a new creation. You must ruthlessly edit your self-concept. If you catch yourself telling a story about how you are bad with money, stop. Delete that story. Start telling a new story. I am a genius with money. I am a steward of divine wealth. I always make the right decision. At first, it may feel like a lie, but if you repeat it enough, it becomes the truth. You are rewriting the code of your operating system. You are the programmer. Do not let the glitches of the past run the program of the future. Another hallmark of the commander is the reaction to crisis. This is the true test of your identity. Anyone can be positive when the bank account is full. But who are you when the bill comes and the money is not there? The victim collapses. The victim says, why is God punishing me? I knew it wouldn't work. The commander holds the line. The commander looks at the crisis and says, this is a drill. This is a test of my resolve. I will not blink. When you face a shortage, do not talk about it to everyone. Do not validate it. Deny its power over you. Say, this is temporary. This is an illusion. My supply is infinite. By refusing to panic, you stop the negative spiral. You starve the problem of the energy it needs to grow. You remain in the state of solution. The commander knows that every problem brings a gift in its hand. The crisis is often the cracking of the shell that leads to the expansion. If you run from the crisis, you miss the expansion. Stand firm. Command peace in the midst of the storm. The storm will bow to you. The identity of the commander also involves a deep connection to the divine source. This is not about ego. The ego thinks it does everything alone. The ego is fragile. The true commander knows that they are a channel for a higher power. They command not with their own little human strength, but with the authority of the universe backing them up. Think of a police officer directing traffic. He stops a massive truck with one raised hand. Is it his physical muscle that stops the truck? No. It is the badge he wears. It is the authority of the state. You wear the badge of the divine. When you command poverty to stop, it is not your human will that stops it. It is the universal law acting through you. When you understand this, you lose the pressure to perform. You realize you are supported by legions of invisible forces. You are never alone in the command center. You simply have to speak the word, and the entire machinery of heaven goes to work. So, how do you anchor this identity daily? You must start your day as a commander. Do not wake up and immediately check your phone to see what the world wants from you. That is the reactive mode. That is the servant mode. Wake up and decide what you want from the world. Lay in bed for a moment and feel the crown on your head. Visualize yourself putting on the armor of light. Command your day. I command this day to serve me. I command joy. I command profit. When you walk into your bathroom, look in the mirror and greet the commander. See the strength in your own eyes. If you do not see it, pretend until you do. Fake it until you become it. Wear clothes that make you feel powerful. Even if you are alone at home, dress with dignity. Do not lounge in the rags of the victim. Treat yourself with the respect you demand from the world. And finally, you must protect your environment. A commander does not allow mutiny in the ranks. This means you cannot hang around people who complain, who gossip, and who speak poverty. They are vibrating at the frequency of the victim. If you stay in their energy, they will drag you down. You must love them from a distance. Surround yourself with other commanders. Read books by conquerors. Listen to audio that empowers you. Guard your mind like a fortress. Do not let the news of recession enter your gates. Do not let the fear of your family enter your gates. You are the guardian of your vibration. If you keep your vibration high, you will become a magnet for high vibration people and high vibration opportunities. This is the great work of your life. It is not just about getting money. It is about becoming the person who can hold the money. It is about becoming the person who can wield power with wisdom and love. When you fully step into the identity of the commander, the money becomes the least interesting part of your life because you will realize that you are the wealth. You carry the kingdom within you. The external coins are just the shadows cast by your internal light. So, stand up, straighten your spine, take a deep breath, and assume your position. You are the heir, you are the master, you are the commander. Order your world and watch it obey. Let us address the imposter syndrome. Many of you, as you begin to command wealth, will hear a voice in your head saying, "Who do you think you are? You are just a nobody. You have made mistakes." This is the voice of the old identity trying to survive. It is fighting for its life. Do not argue with it. Do not fight it. Simply dismiss it. Say to that voice, "You are speaking to the old me. That person is dead. I am a new creation." You must ruthlessly edit your self-concept. If you catch yourself telling a story about how you are bad with money, stop. Delete that story. Start telling a new story. I am a genius with money. I am a steward of divine wealth. I always make the right decision. At first, it may feel like a lie, but if you repeat it enough, it becomes the truth. You are rewriting the code of your operating system. You are the programmer. Do not let the glitches of the past run the program of the future. We have journeyed together through the landscape of the soul, moving from the beggar to the heir, from the vague wisher to the specific commander, and from the victim of circumstance to the architect of destiny. We have set the autopilot and dissolved the obstacles. Now, we arrive at the final and most critical phase of the divine command, which is the gratitude protocol. This is the secret that locks your command into the fabric of reality. You must understand that a command issued without gratitude is merely a demand born of tension, and tension is a wall that blocks the very good you are calling forth. To command with power, you must seal that command with the vibration of "it is done." Gratitude is not just a polite social gesture we offer after we receive a gift. In the spiritual realm, gratitude is the mechanism that causes the gift to appear. It is the bridge between the invisible world of substance and the visible world of form. When you give thanks before the money appears, you are issuing the ultimate statement of faith. You are telling the universe, "I trust my command so completely that I am celebrating the result before the evidence is seen." This vibration of advanced gratitude is the most magnetic force in existence. It collapses time. It brings the future into the present. It turns the possibility of wealth into the inevitability of wealth. Let us examine the physics of this protocol. When you are in a state of wanting, you are vibrating at the frequency of "I do not have." When you are in a state of gratitude, you are vibrating at the frequency of I have. You cannot be grateful for something you do not believe you possess. Therefore, the moment you generate the feeling of gratitude, you trick your subconscious mind into believing the wish is already fulfilled. Your subconscious does not have eyes. It cannot look at your bank account to see if the zeros are there. It only knows what you feel. If you feel the joy of the received command, the subconscious accepts it as a hard fact and immediately goes to work to align your outer world with that inner feeling. This is why the master teachers always gave thanks before the miracle. They did not wait for the bread to multiply before looking up to heaven. They looked up, gave thanks, and then the bread multiplied. You must become a master of this reverse engineering. You must look at your empty hands, see them full with the eye of your spirit, and say, "Thank you, Father, that my supply is here." The gratitude protocol also serves as the great dissolver of tension. Many of you, in your effort to command wealth, introduce a strain into your mind. You try too hard, you clench your mental fists, you shout at the universe. This strain comes from a hidden fear that it might not work. Gratitude creates relaxation. You cannot be anxious and grateful at the same time. The two energies cannot occupy the same space. When you finish your command with a heartfelt thank you, you are exhaling the fear, you are releasing the grip, you are saying, "I have placed the order, and I know the chef is cooking it." Think back to the restaurant analogy. After you order the steak, you say thank you to the waiter as he walks away. Why? You haven't eaten yet. You thank him because you trust the contract. You trust the establishment. You must treat the universe with at least the same respect you treat a waiter. When you command $10,000 by the end of the month, follow it immediately with, "Thank you, infinite intelligence, for this delivery." Then, walk away mentally. Do not keep checking the kitchen. Rest in the peace of the signed contract. We must also address the gratitude for the now. You cannot build a skyscraper of wealth on a foundation of resentment. If you hate your current job, if you despise your current car, if you resent your small apartment, you are cementing yourself to them. What you condemn, you keep. What you appreciate in value. To activate the flow, you must find the gold in your current situation. Bless the money you do have, no matter how small. Look at the $5 in your wallet and say, "Thank you for this seed. I bless it and I command it to multiply." When you are faithful with the little, you are given dominion over much. This is the law. If you cannot feel gratitude for the roof over your head, you will not attract the mansion. Start the vibration of thanks right where you are. It is the lever that lifts you out of the hole. Find one thing to be rich about. Are your eyes working? That is wealth. Is your heart beating? That is wealth. Start there, and the spiral of gratitude will widen to include financial riches. This protocol acts as a signal flare to the resources of the world. Money is an energy that likes to be appreciated. Have you ever given a gift to someone who complained about it? Did you want to give them another gift? No. But if you gave a gift to someone whose face lit up with joy, who thanked you profusely, you wanted to give them more. The universe is the same. When you receive your paycheck, do not look at it and say, "Is this all?" Look at it and say, "Thank you for this evidence of supply. I welcome this and I invite more." Treat money like a welcome guest, and it will visit you more often. Treat it with disdain, and it will stay away. Your attitude of gratitude makes you an attractive landing strip for the airplanes of abundance. They are circling the sky looking for a place to land. Your thank you is the green light. Now, we must integrate this into the final identity of the commander. The commander does not just give orders, the commander acknowledges the execution of orders. This is the "it is done" consciousness. When you reach the point where you can command a thing and then immediately feel the wash of relief and gratitude, you have mastered the law. The gap between the asking and the receiving disappears. In the mind of God, the prayer and the answer are one and the same event. It is only in our human perception of time that there is a delay. Gratitude eliminates the delay. It pulls the future result into the present moment. You start acting like the person who has the money. You walk lighter. You smile more. You are not desperate. This lack of desperation is the key. Desperation smells like repellent to money. Gratitude smells like a magnet. Let us now move into the final decree. This is the culmination of our time together. We are going to weave every thread we have spun, the command, the specific order, the autopilot, the obstacle dissolving, and the gratitude into one massive rope of spiritual power. I want you to prepare yourself. Sit up straight. Take a deep breath. We are going to issue a decree that will ring through the corridors of your subconscious mind and echo in the halls of heaven. This is your declaration of financial independence. You are signing your name to the book of life. You are claiming your heritage. Do not just listen to these words. Speak them in your heart. Own them. Let them become your new operating system. I decree and declare that I am now standing in my true identity as a sovereign commander of my reality. I step out of the shadows of lack and into the blinding light of infinite supply. I release all agreements I have made with poverty, consciously or unconsciously. I burn the contracts of struggle. I am done with begging. I am done with waiting. I am taking my seat at the head of the table. I command the gates of abundance to swing open for me, not next year, not next month, but now. I command the resources of the universe to mobilize on my behalf. I order the north, the south, the east, and the west to give up their treasures. Money is rushing to me in avalanches of abundance. It is finding me in expected and unexpected ways. I am a magnet for divine ideas. I am a magnet for divine solutions. I am a magnet for divine cash flow. I activate my 24-hour autopilot. I command money to flow to me while I sleep, while I play, and while I work. I command my subconscious mind to become a generator of wealth, working tirelessly to align my life with the highest frequency of prosperity. I command every dollar in my possession to multiply. I bless my bank accounts with the energy of increase. I bless my wallet with the energy of overflow. I bless my bills with the energy of solvency. I command every obstacle in my path to dissolve into dust. The mountains of debt are leveled. The walls of restriction are shattered. I walk a highway of holiness where there is no lack and no limitation. I command human channels to cooperate with my good. I command circumstances to bow to my will. I am protected by the armor of light. No economic storm can touch me. No recession can come near my dwelling. I live in the economy of God, which is always expanding. I command myself to receive. I open my heart to the feeling of worthiness. I deserve to be rich. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be free. I accept my good without guilt. I accept my good without apology. I am a distribution center for the light. The more I have, the more I give. The more I give, the more I have. The cycle is perfect. The flow is unbroken. I am a river of living water. I am a vessel of gold. I command my vision to clear. I see the opportunities that are right in front of me. I seize them with courage. I act with boldness. I do not hesitate. I do not fear. I move with the certainty of a king. I move with the grace of a queen. I am the commander. And now, I seal this decree with the holy seal of gratitude. Thank you, infinite intelligence, that this is done. Thank you that you heard me before I even spoke. Thank you for the money that is in my account right now, and thank you for the millions that are on the way. I praise the process. I praise the law. I praise the manifestation. I feel the joy of the answered prayer running through my veins. It is finished. The word has gone forth, and it shall not return void. It will accomplish that which I please and prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. I stand on the rock of this truth. I am wealthy. I am whole. I am free, and so it is. As you come back to the awareness of this room, carry this vibration with you. Do not let it fade. You have shifted the gears of the universe. The machinery is moving. Do not look for the evidence with suspicious eyes. Look for it with expectant eyes. The evidence is coming. It may come as a check in the mail, or it may come as a sudden realization that your fear is gone. That loss of fear is the first and most important manifestation. When the fear is gone, the money must come. It has no choice. You have commanded it. You have sealed it. You have authorized it. Remember, you are the commander. When you wake up tomorrow, do not pick up the old script of the victim. Leave it on the floor. Pick up the script of the commander. Speak to your day. Order your steps. Bless your world. You have the magic purse in your mouth. Your word is your wand. Wave it with love. Wave it with power. The universe is waiting to serve you. It delights in your prosperity. It celebrates your success. You are loved, you are supported, and you are infinitely rich. Go forth and command your world. It is done. You now hold the keys to the kingdom. But remember, a key is useless if it stays in your pocket. You must use it. You must turn it. If you are committed to living this new identity, make sure you are subscribed to this channel. We are building a sanctuary here for those who refuse to accept lack as their reality. Don't miss the next transmission, for we will go even deeper into the mysteries of the mind. And here is your first assignment as a commander. Share this video with one person who needs to remember their power. Be the channel of their freedom. Finally, seal your command publicly. Go to the comment section right now and write this decree. I command wealth. Write it boldly. Let the world see your claim. You are the commander. The order is placed. Expect the delivery. Blessings to you.